Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight and attending our annual Big Bang Gala, celebrating the California Academy of Sciences. It is wonderful to have you all here. And isn't this an amazing tent? Thank you. We have been transported to the Galápagos Islands this evening. I'm B Patterson, and I'm very honored to be the chair of the Board of Trustees of this special and cherished 165-year-old San Francisco institution. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's presentations. We've learned about our history of exploration in the Galápagos and the value of our collections and scientific research in finding solutions to today's challenges in this unique island ecosystem. We've learned about new high-tech tools that can help us better understand our changing planet today. And I hope that you have felt our commitment at the Cal Academy to find solutions for today's challenges, to partner with other organizations to get the work done, and to inspire and educate others to take action too. All the work that we do at the Academy depends on an extremely dedicated staff that conduct scientific research, care for our animals, curate and share our collections, and lead school groups through the museum, just to name a few. We have over 600 people that work at the Academy. They couldn't all be here tonight, but I would like those who are to please stand so we can recognize you. We also have about 700 volunteers that contribute their valuable time to the Academy. And I'd like to recognize our most committed group of volunteers, our current and former trustees. Your dedication to the Academy is truly remarkable, and you provide critical support and direction in fulfilling our mission to explore, explain, and sustain life on Earth. Would all of our current and former trustees please stand? We are so grateful to have with us a special group of former trustees, visionary leaders who guided the Academy through the creation and construction of this revolutionary new building, which opened 10 years ago. Would the campaign for the new Academy trustees please stand? And they're here. And we hope you enjoy the special gift at your seat that recognizes your great service to the Academy and our community. The Cal Academy, as a respected science-based institution in the progressive city of San Francisco, in the forward-looking state of California, has an opportunity to lead the way in understanding and protecting our planet. But we can only do this with your support and by building a broad community that is committed to protecting this one precious planet that we all share. Thank you for being part of that team and for your generous support this evening. The California Academy is extremely grateful for the support we receive from the city of San Francisco. Tonight, we have a very special guest and partner here with us, a fierce advocate for our work and a true friend of the Academy. We are very excited to have her with us this evening. Please join me in welcoming San Francisco Mayor London Breed.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be with all of you here this evening. You know, I never would have thought that when I was a kid growing up in San Francisco that I would be here at the Academy before it was this newly incredible renovated space, that I would be here speaking at this event to each and every one of you. It's because of your long-term support that this place has been transformed into an incredible facility that will be here for generations to come. Now, I was on my way here having conversations with some of my friends about whether or not that's the same albino alligator that was there when I was a kid. And what I found out, Claude has been there since 1995, so I was there before that. I won't go back to when, but I graduated from high school in 1992, and I was here when I was in high school, so Claude was not here when I was in high school. But the fact is, you know, for generations, this place has been an incredible opportunity to learn and to grow. And believe it or not, when I graduated high school, I started off as a chemistry major, working at Lawrence Livermore National Lab. I thought I was going to be this incredible scientist. Well, I was a clumsy scientist, and I spilled liquid nitrogen all over the place, and that wasn't a good thing to do. So I'm going to leave the science to the professionals that we have here today, the ones who keep this place running, who discover new things, who continue to invest their time and resources into making sure that this place is absolutely incredible and just marvelous for so many visitors and people who love science, who love to know and explore just really nature and what it has to offer. We are so fortunate in San Francisco that we have places like Cal Academy, because we have places for people, for young people especially, to learn about what we need to do to not only explore and see what's possible, but to protect this planet for generations to come. And so tonight we celebrate and we thank all of you, the supporters, who've contributed time and time again to this incredible institution. The work that you do is appreciated. The work that you do to continue to support the Cal Academy makes it possible so that we can provide opportunities to those who can't always afford a ticket to this institution. We make sure that they have an opportunity to come on certain days for free, that they have an opportunity when they are receiving assistance to get discounts for their families. A lot of the support that you provide here makes it possible so kids like me, when I was growing up in San Francisco, that we were able to take field trips and learn about the Academy and what it has to offer. It means a lot. And so I want to thank you all for your support here tonight. Thank you all so much for everything that you continue to do to contribute to making San Francisco a better, more sustainable, incredible leader in environmental work all over the country. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Mayor Breed. So glad to have you here tonight. And now I'd like to introduce you to our Big Bang Gala co-chairs, Jerome and Mary Vassalero. Oh, there you are. Tonight's success would not be possible without your gracious and tireless work. And we are extremely grateful for all you have done to make this event so special. Jerome and Mary, you have added your wit and your wisdom, and together you make an incredible team. Thank you for your support and hard work, and for transporting us all to the Galápagos for the evening. Thanks.
I'd like to thank whoever put me after the mayor. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. Mary and I would like to thank everyone this evening. This is our annual event. It's very special. How many people have been to this event, let's say more than 5 times by a show of hands? Looking out there. All right, so we've got some new folks as well as some veterans in the audience. But as you know, this is a very important night, and each of you have already contributed to it in many ways, and we want to thank you. But we also want to call out now some very special people who really went out sort of above and beyond to make this a very special evening. The first group is our honorary Big Bang co-chairs. First, which is Wendy and Eric Schmidt. Wendy, thank you, and Eric. Mayor London Breed, who you've already heard from this evening. And Pat Wilson. Where's Pat? Over here's Pat. A lot of people put a lot of work into this evening, and one of them is Andrew Aganos. Where's Andrew? Where's Andrew? Please stand up. Andrew was the chair of our corporate committee and did a fabulous job. He's been a tireless worker for the Academy and for the Big Bang. Also, I'd like to thank our leadership. Our lead sponsor for this evening is United Airlines, and we're very honored tonight to have with us both Oscar Munoz, the CEO of United Airlines, excuse me. And the president of United California, and Academy trustee, Janet Lampkin, sitting next to him. I asked Oscar outside, do they fly to the Galápagos? He said, not yet. So when that flight gets in there, you'll have a lot more people. By the way, I've been dying to ask this question ever since we picked this. Sorry, Mary. Before we picked, how many people in the room have been to the Galápagos? Wow. Okay. Sorry about that. A couple of more thank yous. Many of you, particularly the younger members of the group, might be going to the Big Bang after party. And for the last couple of years, our Academy trustee, Ron Zeff, and Carmel Partners have been a very generous sponsor of the after party. So thank you for doing that again this year. And then lastly, two great organizations have also made wonderful contributions this evening. One of the people at Buck Hill Capital. Where's Heinrich and his team? Thank you. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my colleagues at TPG for supporting this evening and also being here. Thank you. So before I turn it over to Mira, I do want to announce that already we've raised just shy of $2 million so far. And we hope to top that off a little later in the evening. Thank you very much.
Okay. So we're delighted to have so many special guests with us this evening, including our outstanding speakers, Dr. Arturo Izurieta, Dr. Matthew James, and Kate Brandt, along with Daniela Fernandez, who will be speaking at Party After Dark. Thank you. Thank you for inspiring us with your stimulating ideas and conversations. Lastly, but not least, thank you to our incredible Big Bang team working behind the scenes to make this evening so special. Now we invite you to enjoy good conversation over tonight's sustainably sourced dinner. Just before dessert, we'll kick off the rest of tonight's program with Interim Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer Mike Magee and President of the California Academy of Sciences, Charles Marshall. Enjoy your dinner.
Interim Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer Mike Magee.
Hi, good evening. Yes, you heard correctly. I do wear two hats. I am officially the Kimball Interim Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer, which basically means I know where all the money is and I get to spend it. Just kidding. You should really hear some of the conversations I have in my head sometimes. You know, I've got the executive director on this side, and I've got the CFO on this side, and of course, they both have to weigh in on everything. So the executive director says, I got this new idea for this great initiative. It's not budgeted, but it's really cool. We got to go for it. CFO comes in and says, nope, can't afford it. I'm conflicted. What can I say? First thing I want to do tonight is I want to give a big shout out to one of our unsung heroes tonight, our board chair, B Patterson. Oh, I'm not done yet, Libby. So as many of you know, Libby is a very generous supporter of the Academy and has been for some time. And this year, she decided to kick it up even another notch and volunteer to be our board chair. So now, in addition to supporting a lot of our large programs, she now spends about 20 hours a week working at, more, 20 hours a week or more doing the business of the Academy. So, Libby, I just want to say you are an extraordinary human being. And we are so grateful to you for your support and your leadership. All right, so as we all sit here tonight in San Francisco, you may be wondering, or have wondered at least once tonight, why the Galapagos? Why focus the California Academy of Sciences on an archipelago that is 3,000 miles away off the coast of Ecuador? Well, the answer to that question came to me earlier this year when I had the privilege of joining our scientists on an expedition there. Now, it was my first trip to the Galapagos. Man, what an eye-opener that was. But not the Academy's. You see, the Academy has been studying evolution and the biodiversity of these islands for over 100 years. And in fact, did you know, actually half of you do know this now, but did you know that the Academy actually owes its existence to the Galapagos? So I'll explain. So back in 1906, we had this little earthquake and a little fire afterwards. Well, the Academy's building was on Market Street. And the 1906 earthquake and fire completely destroyed the Academy building. And along with it, all of our collections and all of our research burned to the ground. Fortunately, we had a team of scientists in the Galapagos studying evolution and carrying on Charles Darwin's work. And they returned to the Academy they returned to San Francisco 3 months later, and they brought with them 78,000 scientific specimens that they had collected over the past 17 months. Those specimens became the rebirth of the Academy's modern-day collection and reinvigorated our mission, which is to explore, explain, and sustain life on Earth. So, in essence, you could say the Academy avoided its own extinction event thanks to the Galapagos. Now, the Galapagos today are facing 3 serious threats: climate change, invasive species, and human population growth on the islands themselves. And like our own near miss, we can't stand idly by and watch the Galapagos ecosystems collapse and watch these beautiful endangered species disappear forever. We have to do something about it. But there are solutions here, okay? But the solutions to threats of this magnitude will need to be enacted by a global community, which is why the Academy is reconnecting with the Charles Darwin Foundation, an organization that is committed to research and conservation of the Galapagos Islands. And during our last expedition, we spent several days with Dr. Arturo Izurieta and his staff rekindling our relationship and talking about ways that we could collaborate. And one day in particular, we invited all of the NGOs that are doing conservation work down on the Galapagos. And we sat down with them and asked them, what are you working on? And what are the issues that you're seeing? And how can we all work together? And I gotta say, I left that meeting with a profound sense of gratitude for the organizations that are doing the work on the ground. There is a lot of conservation work being done in the Galapagos. But I also have to say, I left that meeting very disheartened because a lot of the conservation work that is being done in the Galapagos right now is being done in isolated silos. These organizations, for the most part, are not talking to each other. And so that was the aha moment for me. that is the opportunity for the Academy. You see, we have the expertise to look at this holistically, to connect the dots, and to connect our partners using a systems solution to problem solving. The Academy has an opportunity here to be a unifying organization where we take our expertise in research and genomics with our strength in seeing millions of people, with the strengths and expertise of other organizations doing great conservation work down in the Galápagos, so that together we create this huge multiplier effect and we really accelerate these solutions that we're all trying to achieve. Now, we almost lost the Academy once, but thanks to the Galápagos, we have been around for more than 160 years. We can't lose the Galápagos. We're running out of time. So we're ready to devote significant resources to the Galápagos Islands, but our success depends on your support. So tonight, we're asking you to join us as we commit resources around our cutting-edge science and education programs to ensure that the living laboratory of the Galápagos can live on for generations. Now, in a moment, thanks to the magic of video, we're going to transport you to our most recent Galápagos expedition so you can see firsthand these threats that are facing the Galápagos. You're also going to see, though, how the Academy and the Charles Darwin Foundation can partner with other organizations to enact solutions that are going to sustain these fragile ecosystems and protect these endangered species. But before you head to the Galápagos, I just want to share one last personal note. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not a scientist. I'm a CPA. Thank you. Who knew there'd be love for a finance guy? Traveling to the Galápagos has profoundly changed my thinking. I now see a purpose, a calling for the Academy to engage in this effort. And my story is proof positive. You don't need to be a scientist to do good for science, to do something lasting and meaningful for this magnificent world we live in. All you need is a strong feeling in your heart that it's the right thing to do. And if you've got that, you will surprise yourself at what you're capable of doing. So with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening tonight. Most importantly, thank you for your support of the Academy. Now, let's all go to the Galápagos.